Alison Munro, Chief Executive of the HS2 project. You had a parliamentary vote recently. Went very, very well. I mean, how does that change, I suppose, the feeling of momentum within the project?
Well, that was a very positive vote, and as you said, what that did was it was a vote in Parliament on the principle of High Speed 2. So what Parliament has established very clearly is that they want High Speed 2 to happen. So the broad parameters of having a station at Euston, Old Oak Common, going to Birmingham, those parameters have now been established by the bill. So that's an incredibly positive place to be. It's one of the most positive votes there's been during this government since 2010. So that really, I think, has created now the reality that High Speed 2 is going to happen. Really what we're debating now in the parliamentary process is the detail of just what will happen at a detailed level. And
there is a lot of detail to get through.
There is, of course.
You originally were trying to get all that detail concluded by the election in 2015. Now looking more likely to be 2016. I mean, how confident are you of getting through that 2,000 petitions or more by the 2016 deadline?
Well, clearly it now depends on how many petitions we have. We'll discover that at the end of the week when the petitioning process closes. So that will very much just really determine how long it takes and also how the parliamentary committee conducts its business. But as long as that goes smoothly, yes, we would hope to get royal assent in 2016. And then, but in the meantime, even if it does take a bit longer, we can be preparing so that we're ready for construction. Okay. So as soon as we get royal assent to the bill, we will be ready to get our spades in the ground.
And part of that is making sure you've got the staff on board, getting the teams ready. About 600 people working at the moment. Where are you going? Are you getting the right number of staff, the right level of skills on board?
Well, we effectively have three projects now. We have the bill in Parliament to get the powers for the first phase of the project. We've got the second phase up to Manchester and Leeds, which we're continuing to develop, so we can have a second hybrid bill. And now our third sort of project really is getting ready for construction, and that's something really where we're starting at the moment. The appointment of Sir David Higgins, of course, as a positive step as our chairman, and also now Simon Kirby has come on board as our Chief Executive for construction. But we are now really starting the process of building up our construction capability because we do need to be doing work over the next couple of years to make sure we're in the best possible place to really start main construction as soon as we get the bill through.
And getting the message to the regions is really, really important. It's a regional, it's a UK-wide project, not a London project. You've talked about getting business ready. The Growth Task Force that Lord Dighton led set up an awful lot of really interesting ideas for that. I mean, how receptive are the regions and businesses in the regions to the project?
Well, they're very receptive. We have very strong support in the northern cities, and we saw that in the run-up to the debate in Parliament. They really see the opportunities. The core cities themselves have predicted that High Speed 2 can deliver 400,000 jobs in the cities served by High Speed 2. But also business as well can see the enormous opportunities that High Speed 2 will bring, and we have a pipeline of work spanning out to 2030, possibly beyond. So a real stability in terms of a programme of work that they can get themselves ready to deliver. We had a conference with the industry in the autumn last year. 600 businesses were represented at that conference. A very strong interest, obviously, in all the opportunities that High Speed 2 will bring. But we're very keen that those businesses can get themselves as ready as possible, so they're in the best possible place to make the most of those opportunities, and also help us to deliver High Speed 2 really efficiently, because we're setting ourselves some real challenges for really doing things better than they've ever been done before.
And doing things differently. Does that mean changes of standards, helping new suppliers to bring in new products?
Well, we will be looking at standards, but it's things like, for example, using building information management, so making sure that all our suppliers are ready to meet that challenge, looking at the most effective way that we can build the railway, so for example looking at off-site manufacture, again making sure that the capability is there to maximise those sorts of opportunities. So there's a whole range of things that we're looking at in terms of how we can do this better. Cooperative working too, of course, is one of the big themes that we want to really pursue. We've had a period of engagement with the industry which has had very positive feedback, and we're expecting to have a further conference later this year when we can really confirm what our procurement strategy is going to be.
So it looks like this is almost going to be a reality. 2026, so you're going to open in time?
Well, that's very much our aim. As I say, there is the risk of the parliamentary process, But as long as that goes as smoothly as possible, we are very much gearing towards having that railway open in 2026, and I hope to be on the first train.
Alison Munro, thank you very much for talking to us.
Thank you.